We are back. That's right, we are back. We are back with Football 101 2021. And this is, guess what? We are doing our pre-training camp, our NFL training camp preview. That's right. NFL training camp preview. Yes, that's right. Our shows are officially underway. Yes, it's July 2021, and we are getting so hyped up already for the NFL training camp season to begin this weekend. And actually, the Pittsburgh Steelers are beginning tomorrow. But this is our NFL training camp preview. Not the NFL preseason games, but the NFL training camp. And this is Football 101. I am the Beetle, your host, and we are back. That's right, we are officially back. Let's get it on. I'm already hyped up. There's so much talk in the off season. Gotta appreciate all the hype during the off season. But all of that is hype. Let me get to the point right now. All of that is hype. All the offseason after the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. After all of that, then all the talk during the offseason. All of that is hype. I don't care. I don't even care about the offseason hype. But what we're going to do now, NFL training camp. What's happening in each and every division? And this is show number 1 of NFL training camp preview. We're going to go through, I'm going to go through each and every division, starting with the AFC East, and then the AFC North, and then the AFC South, and then the AFC West. I'm going to give you some insight on what I've heard during the offseason, but right now, right before training camp. Then I'm going to go to the NFC East, the NFC North, the NFC South, and NFC West. That's right. That's what we do here at Football 101. We still maintain, still maintaining the tradition of giving you our insight as a former football player myself, playing DB, playing wide receiver back in the day. Yeah, little shout out to Miami of Ohio. There you go. Little shout out to Xenia, Ohio. That's right, back in the day. So I bring the perspective from a former player from way back during the 70s and 80s. So yes, I'm going to break it down for you right now. And I'm going to get to the point more so than previous shows. I kind of waver in previous shows. And let me get a quick shout out to Good Morning Football. Good Morning Football. They have kept it real during the off season. That's where I get majority of my news from. Good Morning Football, NFL Network. The team there, come on, Kay Adams, Nate Burleson, Peter Schrags, and my boy Kyle Brandt. Come on, they throwing it down each and every day during the off season, and now they're starting to crank it up, obviously, for the season. So a quick shout out to Good Morning Football. And now I'm going to go through the AFC East and give you my NFL training camp quick assessment of the NFC East. And the AFC East. The AFC East. I want to start with this is all on the AFC East. And I'm going to give you my training camp prediction of how they're going to do throughout the season once they start. Already, I'm giving you a little bit of my predictions. I normally don't do this, but I want to give you a little bit of what I've heard during the offseason and how the teams are reporting during the before the training camp. So Buffalo Bills, the favorite, and I'm still picking them as the favorite to win this division. Buffalo Bills did a great job in the offseason and to maintain their roster, but also pick up some great draft picks. And I see them as still maintaining the lead in the AFC East with the quarterback, Josh Allen, just improving to another level. We saw a lot of his ability as they were in that AFC Championship game, and yet they're still very young. And I really like the coach, Sean McDermott, the ownership, Kim and Terry Pagula. Yet right now they seem very solid. With, again, like I said, Josh Allen, John Brown as wide receiver, Stephon Diggs coming back, running back, Devin Singletary, they're solid across their offensive line coming back, very solid, as well as their tight end, Dawson Knox, very solid. They are just a physical, solid team. And offensively, I would encourage them to, during the training camp, work on getting used to doing the same plays again and again and again, perfecting those plays, those bread and butter plays. That's what I encourage the Buffalo Bills to work on during training camp. And let me just say, training camp nowadays, you come in already in shape. Most players come in shape. They train year-round. So right up front, I would encourage the first team for head coach Sean McDermott to get that first team offense and first team defense clicking, because it eventually showed up where they were not on the same page by the end of the season. So it's important to get your stuff together during training camp. Get your stuff together during training camp. Do the reps again and again and again. It pays off by the end. And let me just say, there is this season will be challenging because, again, the issues of COVID comes up again this season. We're going to have fans, love to have fans. Yet now with the COVID variant is coming into play, and those who are vaccinated and those who are not vaccinated. And the league has made a major response saying that they respect all players, but they strongly encourage all NFL players to get vaccinated. Let me just say this real fast. Unfortunately, there's one, and there's going to be other players. So I'm just saying right now, right before training camp, the starting wide receiver Cole Beasley has decided not to get vaccinated, and he's a pivotal part of the Bills offense. He decided not to get vaccinated, so that may be a major problem because he's going to have to go through extra protocol again and again and again, and it's his decision. But the NFL says they really want 100% of their players vaccinated, so they can make sure the games go through, and so there's no missed games in most players. But it's a personal decision. It's up to Cole Beasley, and there's going to be others. I'm sure there's going to be others. But and let me just say a little shout out to Michael Irvin. I do agree with Michael Irvin of NFL Network and former wide receiver of Dallas Cowboys. Just say, this is a team game, okay? Football is a team game. Get on board. Majority of your teammates, all your teammates, are going to get vaccinated. Cole Beasley, we respect your values, your way of life. But when you make your salary and make your money by working with others in a team sport like football, make the right decision and get on board. Okay, and so again, this is a team sport. This is not individual. If it was an individual sport, if you were a tennis player, golfer, or whatever, yeah, you don't have to give. But this is a team sport. Okay, so and I encourage every NFL player to get vaccinated because again, I got vaccinated. I'm double dosed as soon as it was available. I got double dosed, and let me just say, I encourage every listener, every listener, every viewer of Football 101 to get vaccinated. And it's interesting how some of these players will not get vaccinated. And Cole Beasley right now, right before training camp, has stated that he's not going to get vaccinated. So again, you pay the consequences. Okay, it's not a moral stance. It's about health. It's about longevity. It's about protecting your loved ones. It's about life and death. That's how serious it is. So again, a shout out to for everyone to get vaccinated. But right now in training camp, that's going to be an issue for the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bill market, by the way, that's going to have to change too. So again, I'm picking Buffalo Bills, AFC East, still being strong in the AFC East. Let me get next, Miami Dolphins. That's right, I'm picking Miami Dolphins, numbers as second in the AFC East. Yes, Miami Dolphins. I really like what they've been doing, and I think Tua is now mature enough to take this Miami Dolphins team to the next level. It's on his shoulders. Okay, it's on your shoulders, Tua. But again, it's training camp. And what I've heard in the mini training camp, Tua was throwing interceptions right and left. But again, it's just mini camp. And so training camp is where you get your regimen down, you get your skills level, you get your timing together with your first team players, second team players, and even third team players. But you get your rhythm down. So again, I'm supporting Tua. This is head coach Brian Flores. He's moved a lot of players, and I'm in support of Brian Flores, the head coach. But with Tua, you have back there Myles Gaskins running back. You have wide receiver Devontae Parker. You have Jakeem Grant Sr. You have Preston Williams. Their offensive line is getting better. You have tight end Mike Gesicki. Gesicki. He's a superstar. And I think they lost a player. But then their defense is very solid. I really like their defense. Cornerback Xavier Howard pops up. Bobby McCain, free safety. I like their inside linebacker, Jeremy Baker. And their defensive tackle, Raheem Davis. I think they're very strong. A very solid team across the board. They just need to play together and play consistent. And Tua, and now that they lost Fitzpatrick, it's really on Tua's shoulder to come through, because he won't have that Fitz magic anymore. He won't have that veteran backup. So Tua has to mature very fast. And I would have to say, I'm going to put it out there, Tua really have to perform. Because if he doesn't perform up to expectations this year, watch out, because the Dolphins will make a move on another major quarterback next year. So let me just say it, Tua, this is your year. It's really a make or break year with Tua. That's right. It's a make or break year for Tua, because they've done a lot to bring in the players just for Tua's skill set. So he has to know. And I heard in the offseason that Tua didn't even know half the plays. So he didn't know half the plays. He was just running around carelessly. So I'm sure he put in the work and knowing the playbook. And so it's about repetition, becoming a professional quarterback. Repetition. So again, this is a make or break year for Tua. And I think the The Dolphins have solidified him with a great offense and skilled folks, and the defense is getting much better as well. They're flying around, and I really like. Again, I like Brian Flores as head coach, and by the way, Dan Marino's in the upstairs as management. A shout out to Dan Marino, a Hall of Fame quarterback for Miami Dolphins. So 2A, hey, right before NFL training camp, come in, relax, but it's all business now, 2A. Okay, it's all business, 2A. We're not gonna give you any more leeway. It's all business. Okay, so next. Oh, yes, I am going to say it. Next are tied for third in the AFC East. Tied for third in the AFC East are the New England Patriots and New York Jets. That's right. Tied for third are the New England Patriots and New York Jets. So let me get to the Patriots. During the offseason, right now, big news, N'Keal Harry, wide receiver, number 1 pick of a couple of years ago, he's distraught. He wants out of New England, period. Their number 1 pick a couple of years ago, Harry wants out of New England. He wants a trade. He wants to get out of New England. He wants to get out of Boston. And of course, Julian Edelman retired. He's officially been retired. We've been waiting for that. Julian, thank you for your years. Thank you for your big catch in the Super Bowl several years ago. See ya. Quarterback Cam Newton, along with Matt Jones, quarterback from Alabama, backing up backing up Cam Newton. They also have Jarrett Stidham and as well as David Hoyer as the third string quarterback. Hoyer probably beat out somebody. Brian Hoyer always ends up beating out somebody in New England. And then the New England Patriots acquired quality, so-called quality tight ends. Those tight ends will have to perform, and they made some big deals for those tight ends. So they're going to be kind of run heavy, run light, and they're going to be running Sony Michel a lot. Damian Harris. Again, they're going to be more physical. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. Bill Belichick, yes. This is a test year for Bill Belichick. I mean, this will show what he really does. And this is the first time Patriots didn't make the playoffs, losing season last year. Will they bounce back? And let me just say, during the offseason, Cam Newton saying all the great right things. He's saying all the right things. He said, I just heard just a day ago that he was delighted. Not delighted, but he said he understands the selection of Matt Jones, quarterback from Alabama, national champion, coming there. They did the right thing, and yet Cam is he's saying the right thing because he wants to get paid. He wants a job. But let me just say, I'm going to say it right now, Cam just doesn't look right. From last season, he didn't throw well. His timing was off. His mechanics were off. It looked like it was struggling. He looks like he lost his accuracy, and he just looks like he's struggling now. And I don't know how he's going to get it back. He's more of a physical, short, distant throwing quarterback. I don't know if he could throw it on the dime, on those long passes, those 20, 25-yard passes, those passes to the edges. And that's the reason why they brought in the two tight ends. So it's going to be a run-friendly, short dump-off passes for Cam Newton. And if that doesn't work, yes, they're going to bring in Matt Jones. If that doesn't work, they're going to bring in Matt Jones. And if that happens, you're going to see a different Cam. Because Cam is not a person who's going to sit the bench too long. Cam's saying the right things now in the offseason and right at training camp. But if Cam is sitting the bench and is not the starting quarterback, it's going to get ugly. I'm going to say it's going to get ugly. But that's the offense. Defense, they have it right now, right before camp. Stephon Gilmore, the superstar cornerback, is holding out. He wants an extension. Apparently he's not gonna stay out long. He just wants an extension, a bit more money. He's a top-notch quarterback. He's not the best. He lost a lot of ability last year. I can say this because I'm a quarterback as well. And yes, Stephon, you still have to step up. If you want to get paid, step up and make plays. You didn't make no plays last year. You got torched. Stephon Gilmore, you got torched last year. I can't even imagine. You get torched last year and you come back and say, I want more money. That doesn't make sense. You get torched last year and you come in on the offseason and then you hold out and you say, I want more money. It shouldn't work that way. You got to prove it on the field, then ask for more money. He's asking for more money from last season when he got torched. And then said, yeah, I had an injury. Yeah, you got injured because you were getting torched. I'm sorry. Cornerbacks, and I can say this, you have a very short shelf of to be number one. Show it on the field, then ask for the big money. Come on, Stephon. And I like the brother. I like the brother a lot. I love your game. Physical game, in your face. But you got to show it on the field time again and against the number one wide receivers again and again. That's just the way the league is. So Stephon Gilmore, even if you get paid this year, the pressure's going to be on you a lot more, man. You put a target on your back, and even more so. So if you don't perform, guess what? Bill Belichick and them, they're going to trade you. So they're going to trade you after the season. That's the way they do in New England, the Patriot way. So-called Patriot way. That's the reason Brady left. You know I was going to throw Brady in there. That's the reason Brady left, got a Super Bowl, and now, just today, is getting acknowledgement from the President of the United States with the team, Tampa Bay, getting acknowledgement as the Super Bowl champs by the President. They're at the White House. So that's the reason why Brady left. Oh, man, Patriots will dog you out. Even when you're the GOAT. What sense does that make? Even when you're the GOAT, the Patriots will burn you. Okay, cut. I'm done with that. Okay. So, again, New England Patriots will be tied with third with the New York Jets. Let me just say, I'm loving the New York Jets with Zach Wilson, and I'm loving the young quarterback from BYU. I'm really loving the New York Jets with their new head coach, Robert Saleh. I really like Robert Saleh, coming from defensive coordinator from San Francisco 49ers. I'm really loving what he's doing. I heard lots of great stuff in the offseason. He's changing the culture of New York Jets. Jets. And they're bringing a physical game. And yes, and I think there's very, very low expectations for the New York Jets. But this is a hungry team. He's changing the culture immediately. Of course, they got rid of Sam Darnold. And they got great running attack, better running attack than and they have much better wide receivers. Their defense, I think their defense is really their strong point. Again, they got, let me make sure, on the strong safety, Bradley McDonald, corner, Bless Austin, Bryce Hall, and they got the physical defense end, Quentin Williams, Henry Anderson, and I'm blanking on who they picked up during the draft, but they picked up some quality drafts other than Zach Wilson. So again, they are a team to be reckoned with, and I would not be surprised them to really push it much higher than everyone expect, and they're going to be right on that edge of. I believe they will definitely tie the Patriots for third, and just watch out. It's just going to be a new energy, a new type of way of doing things in New York, and Zach Wilson. Man, this kid is really great. I mean, his mechanics are great. His skill level as a quarterback are great. He just got to get fine-tuned to the NFL way. He's mobile. He learns. He's going to learn the playbook. He just signed his contract. He signed it in. I think. Yeah, he's almost signed. He's not officially signed. He's right there. They're negotiating. So hopefully he gets in on time. But I see the New York Jets with just high expectations, and I think their strength will come from their defense. Their strength will come from their defense to hold down teams in point production. And as Zach Wilson gets more acclimated to the NFL, more acclimated with his teammates, watch for them to make some spectacular games, spectacular wins throughout this season. Again, I see them on the big uptick, and I don't see them as a losing record. I see them perhaps finishing 8-8. You know, whatever, how many games? 8-7, 8. I believe they're going to be a bit at least at 500 and potentially better than 500 throughout the season. And again, they are. It's what was necessary with New York and their the culture there, the previous coaching staff. So give it up to the New York management, owner Christopher Johnson, and hiring Robert Saleh and bringing in a different way of coaching in the NFL. So there you go. This is NFL. That's right. This is NFL training camp edition. Focusing on the AFC East. That's right. I focused on the AFC East. This is show number 1, and we are getting into the right now 2021 NFL season already. The teams haven't come to NFL and their training camps other than the Pittsburgh Steelers showing up tomorrow, but it's right before the weekend of all the training camps, and we are hyped. And of course, we're still celebrating a little bit of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win last year, but we got rid of all the Super Bowl stuff. We're getting back to the essentials. And again, when it's training camp, you start from the basics. There's no egos here. You have to start and earn your position every season. And it starts in training camp. So it's time to get real. It's time to get physical. It's time to get paid. But it's time to earn your position. And we are back. Football 101 are back. Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe to my videos. And the Beetle is back. We're ready. We're hyped. We're more than hyped. And you don't have to worry about us. We're ready to go. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're back.